All right, so what I decided to do about this, I'm gonna get 2 plates and I'm gonna drill 4 holes in it. And I will tap 4 of those holes on one of the plates and the other ones will just be a little oversized. So that way I can run some bolts in, 4 bolts to both of them together. And the side that is oversized will be welded to here. And the other side will get welded to the bracket. So that way next time all you gotta do is, we'll just pull 4 bolts and that piece will come off and it'll be out of our way. We don't even gotta pull everything off like we did this time. We won't have to do any cutting. Technically I didn't have to cut this off. I could have pulled it off as one big unit and it would have worked, and that may be what they expected you to do. Change it up, we'll just switch it to bolts. It might not be as strong and maybe possibly the bolts will break. If that was the case, I doubt they will. I mean, I could do a grade 8 if I need to, but I don't even think that would be a problem. I think I don't think anything will happen, but if it does, I can weld along the side of those plates and it won't break, and grinding them off will be easier than having to cut this like I did. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grind this weld off and get it prepped, get it ready. That's gonna take too long to grind that off. Gas is on. Let's try it again. U-bearing, U-joints, universal joints.
Your dad, little bird, died from thirst.
You died from thirst?
No, the bird.
Was it because you started molting in the winter? You shorebird. Yep, we'll do 5 inches. So let's go cut 2 of these out. A little oil. When you do, you can push down a little bit here. But if it gets stuck like that, you just kind of pick it up just a little bit. Right here. Don't put your hand anywhere here. Gotta stick your finger right on. Boom. You catch the middle.
Your dad tells me something that better be loud.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's done. I think it turned off itself. Yes. Listen, this time I'm gonna fall down.
Drill a center hole, drill 4 holes. What we're going to do is we're going to tack weld these together, so that way when we drill the holes, they will be all identical. And so that way we don't have a weird thing, having to oversize holes a lot just to make things fit. So we'll drill the holes in, we'll weld them, drill the holes in, and then break them apart, drill the center out, and then we should be ready to mount these on. And that's all it takes, is just a little bit, just to keep them as one piece. Drill us a pilot hole here. Be perfect. You don't tack this up real well, sometimes you can just So I don't like sharp edges, so that's why I rounded all these corners off. Less likely to bang yourself against, especially your head. Your head seems to find those sharp corners all the time. So we're done with that. Now we gotta drill the center of this out. So let's move over to the lathe, set it up, and start drilling. Let's get this drill chuck in here. Alright, so what we're gonna have here is these bolts are gonna drop down from the top. Nuts will go on the bottom. There we go. So that's the way it'll connect. And then we'll put it on here. Once everything's together, we'll actually put a little pressure. We will tack it. And then we'll actually pull it off the top, as you'll see here. So when it's on here, we'll actually weld it from the top too. See right there? I wish it was a little tighter of a fit, but that'll be fine. We'll grind this a little more of a bevel here so we get a nice good weld. And it'll be nice and flat. We'll make sure it's flat. And that's the way we will connect it from now on. Now it will be easier next time. Okay, well now it's time to put this back together here, the tube, and to weld it down on. So we're gonna get this bolted, and then we're gonna start working on this. We might actually bevel this down a little more. Let's get this bolted on. Where's my at, bro? Oh, it's probably like 30 minutes. There it is. Okay, let's take a look at this right now. You can see now I can get a good bead inside of here. So I don't really got a weld on the bottom so much. And now I got a good weld. And so that's the way it's gonna look. Just bolt down right together. Now next time it's just unbolting it off and then unscrewing this out of the way. I don't even have to take this tube off. It'll just make things a lot easier. And 4 bolts, take that tube off, unscrew this, pull your ram out, done. So happy with the way it's turning out. Let's hope it stays nice the whole way through. Let's take a look at this. So not too bad. This was really hard to see right in here. Then I can start seeing a lot better. But we'll just make sure it's flat on top. Let's make sure it's flat on top. And weld the other one together and bolt them together and we're done. Is that better now?
Well, it's better because you don't lose.
This is here. So before it
It's
was
easier to change.
Ta-da! Okay, so here is the finished job. It looks pretty good. Got it clamped on. Next time will be a lot easier to do this. Just have to pull 4 bolts, pull this piece out, and then you can start taking the hydraulics apart, cylinder apart. Got all my lights on. Everything's looking pretty good. Ready to go load some bees.